Hello and welcome back to PTI. I'm Cormac Warner-Streff, this is Reese Burns, and this is Ian Harper. Today we'll be discussing about the rookie wide receivers out of the NFL draft this year and who's going to be the top one. You want to start off, Ian?
I think it's the first receiver that was taken, Marvin Harrison Jr. He's the most polished, he has the highest ceiling, and I think he's going to be better than his dad. I'm not going to say too much because I think it's simple. I mean, he's the first receiver taken for a reason, had the best college career out of anybody there for a reason. He's the best receiver in this draft and will be until everyone's retired.
All right.
I think you're living up a little bit too high on the Marvin Harrison train. I don't think he's going to end up going above his dad. His dad was arguably one of the best receivers of his decade. I think probably the best wide receiver that Peyton Manning's ever played with. But I'm going to go with, a little route running technician here with Rome Odunze. You saw him at the Combine. That guy was putting in more work than anyone there. And you see guys like Marvin Harrison, Malik Neighbors, those guys wouldn't even run. If you're a top tier one competitor, you at least want to run and show how fast you are, show that you're the number one guy in the 40-yard dash. I don't understand why you can't do it. I don't understand.
Okay.
You see Rome, when he would not get a drill right, he would keep doing it. He'd keep hammering it out. He'd keep trying to get it right in front of those scouts. That shows the real work ethic in the guy, in the basically drive that guy has to be great and get everything right. And you get into that, you get in that offense. That guy's not going to be the number one option right away. You still have Keenan Allen, you still have DJ Moore, but Rome can easily learn from those guys who are explosive athletes and can really get the ball and make plays. And obviously playing with Caleb Williams, who's a young rookie quarterback, with both of those guys learning together, they could both be productive. And offense really push it forward to where it was not.
Do you think with those people surrounding him, like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, do you think he has the chance to use the skills that he learns from them and step above them, become better than them, or do you think they'll still stay under them, as wide receiver 2 or 3?
For sure, I think Keenan Allen is a great guy to learn from. The guy's skills, the guy's ability to break deep and be a vertical threat can really be an option. And Rome Odunze did that very, very well last year with Michael Penix and in that Jalen Polk and Washington offense. I think that Odunze will eventually learn and become better than those guys. I think DJ Moore and him will be a future receiving core that will dominate the NFC North for over 5 years. But I really think that Odunze's ability to learn and really his drive, what it looks like from the Combine, his drive to become better and be perfect, and his perfectionist mindset, what it seems like, is really going to push him ahead of others.
See, but here's the thing. You talk about, he has the perfectionist mindset. He wants to be perfect. Everyone I talk to that's watched Marvin Harrison's tape, that's, spent hours watching all of his games, mind you, with a terrible quarterback that he still put up great numbers with, the biggest issue that they found with him was that they couldn't find any issues with him. That is how good he is. What we're doing today is striving to be perfect. You can also say he's striving to be Marvin Harrison Jr. That's how good he is. Juan Odunze will be a great receiver in this league. Absolutely. But you can't talk to any scout, anyone that's watched the tape, and say, oh yeah, he's a better receiver right now. He's a better receiver than he will be. Marvin Harrison Jr. is as close to a generational receiver prospect as we will ever have. Best receiver prospect in over a decade, probably since Calvin Johnson. I mean, he is that guy. And he's going to be that guy for a long time. He's going to be one of the best receivers, probably the best receiver in the league within about 4 to 5 years.
But you can't say though. I mean, I will say I just don't understand why Marvin then, if he's that perfect of a guy, or if there's nothing wrong with him, why he can't just at least compete at the Combine. That is the number one spot for those guys to compete before the draft and really show who's best or who's more athletic or who's a better prospect. But then if you also look at a guy like DJ Moore, who in the Carolina offense was not really able to eclipse really over that 1,100-yard mark, had close to 1,600 yards last year in a Chicago Bears offense with Justin Fields, who no one sees as a quarterback one really at a high level anywhere. So the fact that DJ Moore did that with Justin Fields, you bring a guy like Caleb Williams, and with Keenan Allen as well, that's going to provide so much distraction for Rome Odunze to get under, get open, and make some plays for that offense. So I really think that there's a good chance that Rome could have a better season with the Bears than I think Marvin, because everyone's going to be keying in on Marvin. No one else, you lose Hollywood Brown. That was really their number one guy last year. But I would think that everyone's game plan is take Marvin out of the game. What's Kyler going to do? Just run. And I think teams can live with that. I think if your game plan for the Bears, it's okay, you take Keenan Allen out, now we have to deal with DJ Moore. Take DJ Moore out, now I have to deal with Rome Odunze. And there's not a team out there that can take out 3 guys like that. You can play cover 2 and try to roll down a safety, or try to roll down a corner or a safety, try to take out one good wide receiver. But I don't think you can take out all 3 in one game. So I think Rome's just going to end up having too many opportunities to have success with this Bears offense compared to Marvin, who's going to have to will his way to success.
But here's the thing. One, they're not paying Robodunze a lot of money. They're paying the other guys a lot of money. They're not going to be scheming up play. They're not going to be using their top 2 receivers to scheme up plays for Odunze. They're going to be using Odunze and whoever the 2 is in the situation to scheme up for whoever they think the 1 is for a particular play, a particular scheme. And when you go back to the combine, I never understood that.
I'm going to say one more thing, then we got to go to Murphy.
Why should he have to compete? He knows he's the best. Everyone else knows he's the best. He has nothing left to prove because his stock can't get any higher than it already is. I mean, as a college player, he's as close to perfect as we've ever seen. And I mean, like that's like straight line, hook and sinker, done. He has nothing to prove at the combine because everyone knows how physical he is.